Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Monday, June 13th, 2022 meeting of the City of Jacksonville Beach Planning Commission. May we have roll call, please?
David Dahl.
Here.
Martin Murray.
Here.
Greg Sutton.
Here.
Colleen White.
Here.
Justin Newman.
Here.
Emily Stuffer.
Here.
Nicholas Andrews.
We have minutes. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any comments on minutes? Or do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Do we need roll call for the minutes? All in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. It passes. Mr. Copley, do we have any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Do we have any old business?
No old business either.
If not, maybe we begin with new business, please.
Absolutely. Your first item is PC 9-22. It is a conditional use application for property located at 118 8th Avenue North. The request is for conditional use approval for an existing multifamily dwelling unit development located in the commercial limited C1 zoning district pursuant to section 34-342D15 of the Jacksonville Beach Land Development Code. The subject property is currently occupied by a legal non-conforming use of multifamily structures. The subject property consists of a single-family home and a detached structure in the rear. The rear structure was likely built as a garage sometime around the construction of the main house, which dates from 1932. The structure was converted to a duplex sometime in the past. The current owner is in the process of renovating the rear structure, and the project cost will exceed 15% of the assessed value of the structure. The Land Development Code caps renovation costs for existing legal non-conforming uses at 15%. So the applicant has applied for conditional use approval to move the use from non-conforming status to conforming, which will raise the renovation limit to 50% of the structure's value. The applicant has requested to have the conditional use granted so the structure would then be conforming, and should the unforeseeable happen, the applicant would then be able to rebuild. The applicant has also submitted for a variance for this location to address the existing non-conforming setbacks and parking. The current, I don't think that's accurate actually. My apologies. They would need to submit for a variance if they exceeded the 50% renovation value. Any conditional use approval is of course limited by the maximum density allowed in both the comp plan and the Land Development Code. Adjacent uses including office and retail to the west, multifamily to the north, east, and south. Approval of the conditional use for the existing multifamily structure would not negatively impact the adjacent properties. Based on the provided application and analysis stated in the report, the Planning and Development Department recommends approval of PC 922.
Thank you, Mr. Copley. I'm just going to say a few remarks about how the meeting works. Planning Commission meetings are quasi-judicial in nature. All decisions of the Commission will be based on competent, substantial evidence, including testimony provided in the meeting. Any person who is not an applicant or agent that wishes to speak will need to fill out a speaker's card located at the side table by the door and turn them into the clerk. Each member of the public will be given 3 minutes to speak on each item. We try to run a civilized meeting, and we don't do applause or cheering or any of those things. And please silence your cell phone. So that's kind of the rules of the road. As a reminder, every member of the public will be given 3 minutes to speak when we open the meeting. Does any board member have any ex parte communication that they need to disclose? Seeing none, would the applicant please come forward to be sworn in and give a presentation?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Christine Format, 118 8th Avenue North, Jacksonville Beach, Florida, 32250.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to add to what Mr. Copley has said? Anything you'd like us to know?
I think everything that he had mentioned, we had met earlier and did it and went through the process. And actually, I'm reducing it from a 2-unit to just a 1 cottage, and just trying to go through the right process to have the renovations and get the proper permits going on it, and be able to get it back into good shape. But we lost a lot with water damage. We put a new roof on it 2 years ago, and so it's just a long process waiting. And now I've been able to come up with the money to finish it. So I've had the property for about 35 years, and it's time for that little project to finish. So it's really just a small cottage in the back of a 1-bedroom cottage in the front. And we're making it into a little 2-bedroom, 2-bath, a little living room in the middle, and a kitchenette.
Thank you, ma'am. Do my fellow commissioners have any questions of the applicant? Hearing none, I will now open the public hearing. Are there any, I don't have any speaker cards. Is there anyone who would like to address this item? I don't see anyone. And I think that, does the applicant have anything to add?
No, I'd just like to get approval of it and be able to move forward.
Thank you, ma'am. So I will now close the public hearing and bring the item back to the board for discussion. Is there a motion? Or is there a discussion? Sorry. Carried away.
Motion approved. Second.
May we have a roll call vote, please?
David Dahl,
Yes.
Greg Sutton,
Yes.
Colleen White,
Yes.
Justin Lehman,
Yes.
Emily Stouffer,
Yes.
Margaret Murray.
Yes. With that action, it's approved. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Anything else I need to do after this?
That would be a question for Mr. Copley, but we're
Just on the building permit side, we'll issue you a final order, which will turn in to the building department with your building permit, and then whatever their normal process is.
All right, very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Copley, can you take us on to the next new business item?
Absolutely. The next item is PC 10-22. It is a conditional use application for property located at 402 4th Street North, Suite 4. It is a request for conditional use approval for a miscellaneous health office located in the residential multifamily RM1 zoning district pursuant to section 34399D12 of the Jacksonville Beach Land Development Code. The subject site is an existing multi-unit office structure that has been used for several different types of offices and professional uses over time. The proposed use of counseling center is allowable under the Land Development Code for the RM1 zoning district with conditional use approval. The structure has housed several previous commercial uses since 1998 and has a dedicated parking facility. The structure is more of a residential appearance and architectural design, helping it blend in with the residential uses in this transitional area. The existing parking facility has adequate spaces for the office square footage and is designed to the standard of the Land Development Code. There is adequate ingress and egress on the property. The use is one of several less intensive uses allowed under the RM1 zoning district with conditional use approval. The site has adequate screening to reduce negative impacts on the surrounding properties, and staff finds the proposed use is consistent with the standards of 34231 of the Land Development Code. Adjacent property uses include multifamily and single-family to the east, multifamily to the south, multifamily and single-family to the west, and multifamily and single-family to the north across 8th Avenue North. Based on the provided application and analysis in the staff report, the Planning and Development Department recommends approval of PC 1022.
Thank you, Mr. Copley. Does any board member have ex parte to disclose? Seeing none, would the applicant please come up to be sworn in and give your presentation?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Selena Beenan, my residential address, 2347 Barefoot Trace, Atlantic Beach, Florida, 32233.
Do you have anything to add, Ken?
Just to let you know that I'm a therapist and have been in private practice in Jacksonville Beach for 12 years. and my business has just expanded, and client referral base has expanded, and so I'm starting a group practice and hiring a few therapists to work with me, so we can see all the clients that are in need. And I need new office space to do that.
Do my fellow commissioners have any questions of the applicant? Thank you, ma'am. I'll now open the public hearing. Does any member of the public wish to speak? I don't have any speakers cards. Okay. Anything to add? Is that it? Okay. So I will now close the public hearing and bring the item back to the board for discussion. Is there any discussion, or do I have a motion?
Just for the record, I didn't speak up a minute ago and probably should have. I did have a conversation with Mr. Montoya sometime in the last couple of weeks. He's the owner of the property. It was more around whether he needed to attend the meeting or not. So,
Thank you.
motion to approve.
Second.
Maybe we have a roll call vote.
Greg Sutton,
Yes.
Colleen White,
Yes.
Justin Lehrman,
Yes.
David Dahl,
Yes.
Emily Stuffer,
Yes.
Margo Moran.
Yes. Okay, the next item of new business, please, Mr. Copeland.
Your next item is PC 1122. It is a request for concept plat application, concept plat approval. The property is located at 2101, 2103, 2107, and 2109 Gordon Avenue. The request is for concept plat approval for a proposed 4-unit fee simple townhome development for property located in the residential multifamily RM2 zoning district pursuant to section 34503 of the Jacksonville Beach Land Development Code. The subject property is located at the southwest corner of the intersection of Gordon Avenue and 21st Street South. That's right, it's the southeast actually. Just a typo. The site consists of 3 platted lots of record circa 1925. Townhomes are a permitted use in RM2 zoning districts, and no conditional use application is required. A variance was granted in May of 2021 for the setbacks on this project by the Board of Adjustment. Adjacent uses include multifamily to the south, government use to the west, multifamily and 2-family dwellings to the east, and single-family to the north. The proposed use of a 4-unit townhome development is consistent with the RM2 zoning standards and is consistent with the surrounding multifamily. Based on the application and analysis, staff is recommending approval of PC 1122. And as a quick side note, this project actually, through me coming in kind of right when this started, got a bit ahead of the concept plat approval, in so much that the final plat and development plan and even building permits are already underway. So this was nobody caught that this never came as a concept plat to you guys. So I think John can kind of expand on this a little bit, but the project's pretty far along.
Okay. Do any of my fellow commissioners have ex parte to disclose?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name and address.
John Atkins, 1888 Falls Lane, Jacksonville Beach. I think Christian pretty much said it all. It's a 4-unit subdivision. I guess we both realized when I turned in for final plat approval for this one and the next item on the agenda that somehow we had missed the concept plat part of the process. So that's why we're here at the late stage in these 2 developments. They obviously meet all the requirements for platted developments. That's about all I have.
Commissioners, any questions for the applicant? Hearing none, I'm going to open the public hearing. Does any member of the public wish to address us?
So just for you, when you looked at the approval, was it, you obviously looked at the street and how many cars and everything?
Yeah, this went through both the variance and the full development plan review, which is when we catch most of the engineering and transportation-related issues. This particular project is unique in that the developer and Public Works got into a joint agreement through City Council to extend 21st and Gordon, so they now connect and go around the corner. There was 2 unfinished ends of 2 roads, and expand the drainage and utilities in the area. So this particular project actually is more than accounting for its traffic by creating more cross-connection and circulation.
That's rare.
It is.
Any further discussion? I'll now close the public hearing, bring the item back to the board. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
A second. Roll call vote, please.
Colleen White,
Yes.
Justin Lehrman,
Yes.
David Dahl,
Yes.
Greg Sutton,
Yes.
Emily Stover,
Yes.
Margot Murray.
Yes. Mr. Popey, may we go on to the next and final new item?
Good.
I've got another
Okay,
one.
the next one.
That's what I'm just stating here.
Sometimes people stand there.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Just waiting on the speed of my laptop, I
It's
apologize.
not quite the best board adjustment.
All right, so this is PC 1222. It's a concept plat application for property located at 1302, 1308, 1314, and 1322 2nd Street South. The request is for concept plat approval for a proposed 4-unit fee simple townhome development for property located in the commercial limited C1 zoning district pursuant to section 34503 of Jacksonville Beach Land Development Code. The subject property is located at the intersection of 13th Avenue South and 2nd Street South. The property consists of 2 platted lots of record, circa 1909, located in the commercial limited C1 zoning district. The property was formerly part of a large parking lot for the adjacent bank to the west and has frontage on 3rd Street South. Townhomes are a conditional use in the C1 zoning district, and conditional use approval was granted by this body in July of 2021. Additionally, a variance was granted for setback reduction by the Board of Adjustment in August of 2021. The adjacent uses include a commercial bank to the west, commercial, retail, and multifamily to the north, multifamily to the east, and multifamily and commercial retail to the south. The proposed use of a 4-unit townhome development is consistent with the C1 RM2 standards of the zoning district, and is consistent with the surrounding multifamily and commercial development. Based on the provided application and analysis stated in the report, the Planning and Development Department recommends approval of PC 1222.
I'm going to ask my fellow commissioners one more time about the ex parte. Bill? Hearing none, is the applicant still sworn in? If you would, please.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Your name and address?
John Atkins, 1888 Moss Lane, Jacksonville Beach. Similar situation to the last one, same type project, 4 units, slipped through the cracks. And this one I really hope y'all approve, and so does my wife and my banker, and the buyers. So, yeah, we're almost done with these, so we'll go before council next week for official plan.
Commissioners, any questions for the applicant? Hearing none, I'm going to open the public hearing. Would anyone like to address the commission? Hearing none, unless the applicant has something to add.
Did you use the same architectural plans?
Yeah, they're the same on both of those. Well, slightly different, but we had a little overhang issue that we had to change, so we changed one little tiny thing. They look similar.
Okay, I'm going to close the public hearing and bring the item back to the board for discussion. Is there any discussion, or do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second it?
Roll call vote, please.
Justin Lehrman,
Yes.
David Dahl,
Yes.
Greg Sutton,
Yes.
Colleen White,
Yes.
Emily Stouffer? Margaret Marvin?
Yes. Okay, thank you, everyone. Do we have a planning department report?
Yeah, two things. One, the clerk's office asked me to remind you that your Form 1 submittal to the state is due July 1st, so you're getting down to the wire if you haven't done that before. If you're new and haven't done it before, I would suggest you get with the clerk. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I can explain it afterwards if you like. And then just a reminder, I had sent out an invitation to the board. There will be an open house workshop on July 11th on the proposed height ballot initiative for the downtown central business district. So if you didn't get that invite, it's at 5:30 on July 11th. It'll be held with council, but it'll be more of an open house situation to take public input.
Any further
Still
discussion?
leaving it off the ballot, correct? It's not on this year's ballot.
No, the plan, if it goes forward, would be in the spring of 23. That's all I have.
Still nothing from Adventure Landing?
No, they're in a holding pattern with the state. They have to address some FEMA-related issues, so that's, I would say, fall would be the
Okay.
next likely date we could hear from them.
Next meeting?
Oh, the next meeting, sorry, would be June 27th. We have 2 items scheduled. They're both conditional use requests.
I will be absent.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, we're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.